Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Welcome back. Mr. Producer, if you could bring me down a little bit, if you don't mind. Thank you so much. Always doing a great job. I'm joined by the one and only Miss Sharon Beck. Welcome back, Miss Sharon.
Well, thank you, Casey.
Sharon, tell everybody about what you do out there in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, and what that great place is where you're at right now.
Oh, I have one of the biggest metaphysical shops in the area. I just did Reiki training 1 yesterday. So we do Reiki training, Reiki sessions, ionic foot detox, a NutriBody analysis. I'm a health advocate. I know we do all kinds of hippie stuff. I got over 200 different crystals. I have a lot of rare crystals.
What kind of crystals?
Rare ones.
Oh, okay. Some like from different countries and stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah. Stuff that they're running short of or out of. You know, like Moldavite. They're out of Moldavite, and I have it.
Where's Moldavite? What's that?
Moldavite is a tektite, which is a very spiritual stone, and it's not cheap because the meteorite is gone.
So it came from a
meteorite, yes, about 40 million years ago.
How big was it?
It was pretty big. I mean, 40 million years of little pieces been mined, and they're now out.
Now, I heard, Sharon, that you don't get any of your crystals from China. Why not?
No, because half the time they don't know what they're sending. You know, you could order one thing, you get another. I want, you know, plus I don't agree with their work ethic. You know, they work people to the bone.
They work people a lot of hours,
yeah, a lot of hours, low pay, and I'm not for that.
Got it. I understand. Now, let me just go back. Luminous, Life, Metaphysical. Let me just start from the beginning for a lot of beginners. First of all, what does metaphysical mean?
Metaphysical is pretty much hippie stuff.
All right. Well, more specifically, if someone asks you, like, what is it? How would you explain it? Besides,
metaphysical is spiritual.
Spiritual.
It's not religious. It's spiritual. It's your connection to a higher power, whatever you want that to be. You know, because if you look at all the religions, they're all pointing back to the same thing, which is a higher power. You know, so there's a lot of items here that will help you spiritually.
What is the relationship between the metaphysical and the health? Because you support both of them, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yeah, you have to treat your body as a whole. You got your spiritual, your mental, your emotional, and your physical. And metaphysical will treat the whole. You know, say you have liver cancer, well, most likely you are very bitter against somebody and you're holding those emotions in your body, which causes disease, you know, dis-ease.
I see. And what are some ways that we can get on the even keel to be at a place where we are healthy in all parts? What you just said, the emotional, spiritual, physical. What are some things that we should be doing?
Well, the first thing, meditation works great for stress. All of us are under way too much stress. That's the leading cause of disease, is all the stress that we go through. So if you can meditate, calm your body, your nervous system down, and focus where you're at, that will cure a lot of things. You know, insomnia, backaches, headaches,
And how do you work with those things at the shop?
I work with like we have the crystals for energy. We have meditation every Saturday. Um, we try to get people to think about where they're at that moment instead of worrying about the future or regretting the past. Live in the moment.
Tell me about the meditations on Saturday. What happens? Take me through it.
We usually use crystals to meditate with, which will amplify the meditation. Let's see.
And what do you do? Like, just people will come to the shop. How many people will show up, or do they do it via Zoom? How does that work?
Oh, they usually come to the shop. It could be anywhere from 1 person to 10 people. It every week varies. And every week we have a different crystal. Like last week we did the celestite. And I guess, I wish I could join the meditation, but I have a business to run.
Right. What happens during the meditation? How does a typical Saturday go?
They come at 10 o'clock, and I have a classroom upstairs, and they just sit on the floor with some pillows and blankets and chill. That's the main thing about meditation is chilling out. Bring down your sensory load, which the stress increases our sensory load to where that causes disease, and meditation decreases the sensory load. And everything's online now. Stress about job, family, career, money. The stress today is just out of this world, and a lot of issues can be taken care of if you learn how to relax.
And you mentioned before that you incorporate a crystal. What does everyone get one to hold, or do you have one of them there? What do you do with them? How does that work?
We usually have a large one in the middle, and everybody gets their own.
Okay. And what do they do with it? Just hold it.
They usually just hold it while they meditate. We got music, and Alex is wonderful with the guided meditation. She's got a nice calm voice to where I'm kind of raspy and masculine. My voice isn't that great for meditation.
Oh, come on. Hey, why don't we go to the audience? Let's see what the audience has to say. Mr. Producer, I can't see over there, so you got to read. It looks like there's a bunch of feedback that come in. Is that right?
Yeah, we have a good amount. We have Robert in New York wants to know, does everyone have the ability to use crystals for healing?
Absolutely, Robert. That's such an excellent question. Each crystal means something different to each person. Sorry, my battery's going low and I can't find the charge cord.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm gonna die soon.
Oh no. But are you saying that has something to do with like our frequency or something?
Yeah, you need to you're attracted to crystals that you're in frequency with. So like if Robert and I are both attracted to amethyst, it could be on different frequency levels. I might need mine for sleep and he needs his for anxiety. It's crazy how we're attracted to the crystals that we need. And that's how I guide people. It's like, what catches your attention?
Mm-hmm. I got you. And it's different for everybody.
Yeah, it really is.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you, Robert. And Mr. Producer, what else we got there, buddy?
We have Liz in Miami. Do some crystals have stronger power than others?
Liz, that's another awesome question. Each crystal vibrates at a different frequency, so it all depends on how you look at it. To me, they're all equal, but it all depends what you're going through at that time, which ones are more powerful than others to help you in that situation. But, most of them are vibrating at a higher frequency, like love and spirituality. So it's whatever you're attracted to that's going to help you with what you're going through at that moment. So some could be more powerful than others, but to me, they're all the same.
So I guess what I always wanted to know is like, will someone come in the shop and say that they, let's just say, hey, I just got a new job, or I just got blessed with a bunch of money that came in. Will you help someone find a crystal to amplify, to to keep the good and relieve the bad? My question is basically is, do people give you an example of what's going on in their life and you pick out a crystal that's going to help them? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I guide them. I let them pick their own crystals, but say they came into a fortune and they want to invest it well, I'll recommend carnelian, citrine, tiger's eye, and whichever crystal they're attracted to, that's the one that they purchase. I'm kind of like just a guide.
Okay.
I don't sell stuff here. I help people find what they need.
I see. And what if someone on the other side, like say maybe I'm like, if someone comes in and says, hey, I'm trying to quit smoking, maybe they have an addiction or something like that. Do people come in like that too? And will you guide them?
Yeah. Howlite's really good for addiction. Lepidolite and smoky quartz, those are all good for addiction. And yeah, I have all types of folks come through here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Newbies, people that have been doing it for years that have more knowledge than I do.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So if someone comes in, hey, I just met this guy, I met this girl, hoping this goes well, or I'm looking for love, stuff like that. That's all stuff that you can guide people with.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Rose
Okay.
quartz is good for love.
Rose quartz. All right. Cool.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Producer. Let's go back to the audience.
We have Anna in Maine wants to know, is there a way to make a crystal stronger when we're using it?
The best crystal to use with other crystals to amplify them is clear quartz. Clear quartz is an amplifier of any of the crystals. So Anna, that's a good question.
Cool. All right. We got another one, bud.
You have Spencer in Cleveland wants to know, how long does Reiki stay in your body after the session is over?
Reiki can last for months. Hello, I'm close to Akron, Mr. Cleveland. Like I always pray that the Reiki lasts for months after their session. It doesn't stop the moment the session stops. It continues because it clears out, stuck emotions, stuck energy. So it continues to work after the session. Even when I teach Reiki, between Reiki 1 and 2, I recommend a minimum of 6 months because you're clearing out so much of stuck energy and emotions that you could actually have detox symptoms like the flu.
Wow. Yeah, we've talked about the people who have negative energy. Do they know that? You think they know it?
No.
They don't know.
No, that's normal to them.
I see.
Trust me, my mother was negative.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, me and my mother are complete opposites.
Maybe that's did that propel you into doing what you're doing now? Maybe that relationship, trying to find that great energy.
No, I just had to go through a lot of counseling.
Understood. Gotcha. Okay. All right, Mr. Producer, what we got, bud?
Alyssa in Detroit wants to know, how long do you have to learn Reiki before you can perform it on other people?
Your first class. We're all born healers, so I attune people to pretty much level 2 so they can practice on themselves and others and your animals. I give my animals Reiki every night because I got rescues and they have issues. You know, boy, do they. Worse than me. Um, like Maxwell was isolated most of his life. He was a breeding dog, so the Reiki helps his anxiety. And Bernard, he is part pit bull, but he's older and he's got a lot of hip issues. So I give him Reiki at night so he can sleep. I mean, Reiki is just amazing and you can start practicing right away.
And you give the classes right there up in the classroom?
Yep, sure do.
How often do you do that?
I do once a month. I alternate between 1 and 2. And then once a year, I do the master level.
What's the master level?
The master level is where you can actually teach.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, honestly, if you don't want to teach, you don't need to go to the master level.
Okay. All right. Mr. Producer?
We have Matt in Houston wants to know, can Reiki work on my dog that's having problems sitting still?
Absolutely. Like I mentioned, my dog Max has very high anxiety and it really calms him down. It took him a while for him to let me perform Reiki on him because it was a different energy he wasn't used to, and he used to bark at me. So it took a little while for him to get used to it. But yeah, it really helps our animals. I go to homes and the last one I did, she had 9 cats.
Wow.
So I go to their home and let the animal come to me because it is a different energy and they're not used to it. So sometimes they're a little leery and it takes them a while to warm up.
Okay. And when you perform Reiki, does it have to be on someone who is knowingly participating in it, or could it be someone that you care about and you want to wish them well and you want them to to be healthy? Can you give them Reiki in that way, or does it have to be a one-on-one session?
No, I can do long distance, but I never do it unless they're willing, because to me that is unethical to give somebody healing when they don't want it, or send them blessings when they don't want it. So I always ask permission.
Okay. All right, understood. Mr. Producer, you got one more?
We have Roger in Pittsburgh wants to know, what crystals can we use to promote healing and our immune system?
I would do aventurine, a citrine, mookaite. I mean, there's so many crystals. Oh my gosh. But definitely green aventurine, because a lot of people have heart chakra issues, from past trauma and hurts. And when you're under stress or trauma, it depletes your immune system. So if you go to the root of the issue, that will help with your immune system. I hope I answered your question.
I got a question now. If you lose a crystal, should you go replace it or let it go?
Oh, let it go, because it's done. It's done its job. You can always go get another one, or pick a different crystal for whatever you're going through at that moment. But most of the time when they disappear, they've done their job, or they break.
Mm-hmm. And I think we talked about this before, but if you do break a crystal, you could give it to different people, right? I mean, just because it's not the same size, it's still going to have the same properties?
Yep. It never loses the strength. So now you got 2 pieces to give away.
All right,
but
cool.
usually when they break, they're done with you and you need to pass them on.
And you give them out.
Yep.
Can you give a crystal to someone that that they don't need? Should you look it up somehow, or is it just the the vibration of giving to someone, which it's always going to be good.
Mhm.
What is that? How do you feel about that?
Giving is always good.
Yeah.
Definitely. You really can't hurt anybody with crystals unless you toss it at them.
Okay. All right.
So if you pick a crystal for somebody, there's a reason. There's a
Mhm.
reason you pick that crystal for them, even if they don't even know. And it will still do its magic.
Okay. Got you. Mr. Producer, do we have any more feedback over? Yeah. Okay, good.
We have Marie in New Jersey wants to know, do you ever worry about negative energy attaching itself to you during a session?
I used to, but I always pray for protection before. And usually I call in Archangel Michael to protect us and only let the high vibration and entities come in to the session. But I've never had an attachment. I've actually felt their pain when I first started, but I never had an attachment during Reiki.
Can you tell us a little bit about angels? You just mentioned Archangel Michael.
Yeah, he's a good one. He's the protector. He is if you're looking for the truth in something, you call upon him. But he's a tough one. I don't even know how to explain him.
Can you kind of explain the whole idea of angels? You just said you call on them. What does that mean?
I just ask him to come help. That's kind of like when you pray to God or Jesus, you ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always there. So the archangels are from God, and like Raphael is for healing, Gabriel is for justice, Michael's for protection, and they can be with more than one person at a time because they're omnipresent, unlike us in this 3D body.
Okay. All right, Mr. Producer, you got one more?
Yeah, Nicole in St. Louis wants to know, can you tell if you try to perform Reiki on someone and they aren't willing to accept the energy?
Absolutely. I have turned away clients because they were kind of forced into it. Say, I had this one instance where the daughters were forcing their mom to get Reiki and she wasn't open. So I just, when I feel that they're not open, I just cut the session and don't charge them. You can't heal somebody that doesn't want to be healed.
Right. Would you consider that a skeptic? And have you ever dealt with skeptics?
Oh my gosh, yes.
How does that work? What? Tell me some experience.
I mean, you either believe or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't and you're inquisitive, I'll talk with you. But if you're just skeptical and want to tear me down, I just refuse to cooperate with that energy.
Yeah, right. Why would you? How could someone say they know everything? You know what I mean? I mean, it's like
Oh,
we're all human beings.
Yeah, I know, but there are actually people that believe they know everything.
Oh, that must be pleasant to hang out with.
I don't hang out with them.
I know. I wouldn't expect you to.
I'm an Aries. Those are the kind of people I want to punch in the throat.
Well, guys, I'm speaking with Sharon Beck. Sharon, tell us anything that you want us to know about the store, about yourself, anything that people can get on the website, and please do tell us how to get a hold of you.
Well, I'm a single grandma running a crystal shop. You can call us at 234-208-9036. We do virtual shopping. So if you can't come to Ohio, we can still shop together. And my website is Luminous, Luminous life, or I'm sorry, that's my email, luminouslife11@gmail.com. I do that every week. I get them mixed up. And the website is Luminous Metaphysical. And we just put most of our products on the website so you can shop. Or you can come visit us at 2783 Front Street in the cute little Cuyahoga Falls community, Ohio, 44221.
All right, guys, that's the Sharon Beck Show with Sharon Beck. Thank you for another great one. Thanks for all the information. And
Thanks,
we'll see you
Casey.
soon. Thank you so much.
Hey, take care, man.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you can now listen live on the MyTuner Radio and online Radio Box apps for iOS, Android, and the Amazon App Store. Or check us out online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on onlineradiobox.com/US so you don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned.
This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.